Hello Virgo, welcome to my channel. This is a reading for February 2024. Of course, you can watch it at any time and listen to the message and have yourself ponder on some things. They'll help you move forward with life challenges. Must be part of the reading because it, it just came out like that. I am starting immediately. I feel like this is eager energy, but for the main deck, I'm using the Slavic Legends Tarot. The mind card is the Ace of Coins, the Ace of Pentacles. That'll be one of the main focuses for this reading. And with the Ace of Pentacles, I'm feeling like there's a want of having something that is solid, as if it was like a concrete decision or a definite proposal. For making a decision. And I feel like it's the final say. There can be a guardedness with this energy. One of the other cards that is turned over, but the other card's not turned over yet, is the Moon card. So it looks like there's something that you are not showing to the world as much as you're feeling it internally. And I do feel like it has to do with the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Coins, because it's almost as if not wanting to show or tell people just in case it's not exactly how you would have expected it or have wanted it. But I would take this into definite consideration of when they say the universe has something better. And I feel like with this, it will exceed your expectations. So the other two decks that I'm using, the Power of the Runes. So this is a deck. It's nice to have the runes in card form. I do enjoy the way that this deck reads. I'm also getting animal energy too, as if there's like not only maybe animal totems that you follow something extinctual and more primal, which does make sense with the Ace of Coins. It is a starting point in the major arcana, but it's starting off strong because um, there's a strength with the earth energy, um, almost like a heaviness, but not in a bad way as if it weighs you down in this reading. If we're thinking about the elements, they all have their different attributes. And with the pentacles, it's something that's solid as a rock. But there's also something about the environment too. Again, with the instinctual energy and looking around and seeing how different things in your environment are interacting and the compatibility and the way that things are flowing. If it doesn't feel like it's flowing, maybe something needs to change, or maybe there is a block or a boulder in that place, and um, there might be some difficult decisions or really distinct decisions where it really catapults and has like a changes the trajectory of this. And I say catapult, I feel like once you make this decision, um, once there's like the okay, I feel as if it's going to really propel things forward with your life. And the third deck is the Healing with the Fairies Oracle. If you've been on my channel, you may have seen this deck. I've read with this in the beginning when I first started doing readings on this channel. So I'll put my message out there and then I'll read the message from the book. And a nice card with it being raising your standards. There's something important about this too. And I feel like as if when you make changes in your life, wouldn't you want those changes to be an improvement to what it was before? Like if you're moving to a different area or wanting this, you might want the scenery to be better than it was before, or the apartment to be bougier than the last one, or whatever you're into if you want it to be more rustic or um, a certain type of style, that the industrial look, then it it feels as if you can make those things happen if you really want them. Why not? Why are you holding back from those things? And then a nice rune with the Suilo. So I'm gonna turn over the other cards now. Nice that you have It feels like the sun and moon. There also feels like a guardedness with the moon card too because of the uncertainty, because you want things to be concrete. And it does feel like there are other another group of people. I would say there are multiple court cards. Some of them match with each other as if they have more than one card that represent them. The underlying energy matches with what's on your mind, and it's the Queen of Coins, the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles feels as if she has a manner, and this manner is really um, something that has been with her for a long time. And it could be a person, and in the grand scheme of things, a long time could may not matter as much as if it's like 2 months to 2 years. Regardless, I feel like it feels like a person in her life that has been with her, and it feels like they have been with her enough to know many things about her. And again, with saying 2 months, 2 years, I don't feel like it's necessarily they've talked to each other for a super long time, but they invested so much of each other's energy with getting to know one another, and it's the quality time that it feels like it's been a long time. So that feels like something that she can really have something that is more concrete with, and that's what it feels like with the Ace of Coins. Because with those types of properties, a lot of times it's generational, and some someone who she could really invest her energy in. And with this it's as if you put your energy towards things that grow. And if it's not growing, we could try to tend to it and see how we could um, make it more lively or bring it back to life. And that is true in this regard. It feels pretty specific. It seems like she's holding on to the coin. Because if she does have wealth of her own, if she does have a foundation that's set for her, she wants to make sure that what she's bringing in is going to mm, complement what she's already doing. Again, to put the energy towards something that's growing. There is a sense of revival, and not in like this revival. It feels as if it's more of a natural cycle of life. So this is the death card in the past. But what I'm getting is learning to let go just enough and then growing again. We let go as if the trees let go of their leaves. They let go at the right time, knowing that new seasons are ahead and then things will thrive again. So during this time, it might feel as if there's a stillness or there's a waiting. But it doesn't feel like it's anything that is super upsetting, because the energies that go with the Queen of Coins, we have the another major arcana, because the death card is major arcana, so is the moon, and a couple other cards that I'm going to show. This is a major arcana star card, and then you have that the hermit here too, which is your card. Which does work well with the moon card of why things might be feeling like there's a winter stillness to it. Because it feels like you're waiting for the right moment to thrive. And even life is maybe bringing you to the point where it's the right time to receive that offer. And it doesn't necessarily need to be a relationship, but I do see a couple of court cards, and I feel like there's something that's really like wanting to have something that is tangible. And also something that has to do with a connection. Because an extra card that came out with the moon card is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant could be religious, it could be something that is receiving like a sacrament, and maybe in holy terms or like matrimony. So if we're going to the in the direction of relationships, this could be something where you would want something that is serious. This does feel like a slower movement into it. It's almost as if you've gone through different stages and times in your life that really led you to this point. But this one seems like it's pretty important to you. It feels like you've been burned in the past to where relationships, talking to people, just interactions in that way. Feel like it's as not welcome in your life, but you're very cautious. And again, with the slow energy, you have the Empress card, and it's one of those, it can be um, a growth type of card because it has to do with more of like the feminine energy and Taurus, and the card it is more maternal where it has to do with cycles, and at the same time there's ferns on there too, so there's a continuing growing process with ferns being a plant that is resilient because it is a prehistoric plant. It has lasted lifetimes and lifetimes, and I feel that is something that is really important to you. Something that is so solid that you could see it go beyond lifetimes. That something that you could pass on to future generations, or something that is just so solid. I feel like there's something so important about this that if this isn't official, if this isn't tangible, I'm not going to keep putting my energy towards it. At this point, you're really mending and pruning and watering and waiting, and there's a gentleness to it, and it is something that also feels different because it could be a different type of dynamic. Maybe this is an experience that is unfamiliar to you because instead of wounding, it heals you with the Six of Swords. It's a lot of emotional and mental turmoil that goes with it. There is a guardedness, and in a sense, the Queen of Coins here, if you could see, there's a directness, and then there's also one where it's almost as if she's tackled different problems and she's also fixed them. Because when you're doing something, it's important to do something right. It's also important to do something if you need to rework an area, if you're creating something, and making sure that you can come back from something that unexpected that has happened in the process. How do we come back from this? Also, an energy relating to the death card too. How are we going to let something die so that it could live again? The karmic card is the King of Wands. This feels like, honestly, this feels like a person or a situation where this is where the burnout was coming from, or where you got burned. Um, as if This is the King of Wands, but it feels like it's coming out reversed, as if he took advantage of his power, his position of where he was in your life. Because I'm getting like he knew how you felt, and that was that. And this is an established card also with extra cards that I pulled out with the Nine of Coins, the Nine of Pentacles, really going with the Queen of Coins on it feels like in a way you had your life set out for you. And in a way, I feel like they knew that. So these two cards. I'm not saying he took the money and ran, but he took something. And that was really kind of what was disturbing about it. Because you think about it and it's as if how how can a person do that if especially if maybe they say I really care about you, or if it's some type of transactional love, I like you or I love you, but it has to do with this. They're not going to say it like that, but it might be coming into that conversation of changing, of transforming, and trying to improve and trying to progress when this person wanted you in a specific area, and that was it. Wanted you to be in a specific position, and that was it. But this is the Queen of Coins, and the Queen of Coins, she's gonna do what she's gonna do. She has her own type of wealth. It could be money, it could be generational wealth in whatever way. Mm, there is just something that is prosperous. And if you don't let the Queen of Coins prosper, you're just holding her back, and that's where the incompatibility lies. But why would you make it so transactional? Then there's like a, with the Two of Swords here too, only saying or doing the things that were comfortable for this person with the King of Wands and with the World. I feel like with the World, it kind of felt like the world was his oyster and he just dipped type of energy, or the person dipped. It doesn't need to be a specific gender. And snakes aren't bad in many readings, but I'm getting the snake energy as if it was like preying on something or taking advantage of the position that he had, thinking that he had it all, and that was that. So, with the Queen of Coins, it's amazing. It's on the underlying energy because this person knows who she is, or again, not gender specific, and getting yourself back on the horse. And with letting something die so that I could live again, you don't need to have the same relationship, but it could be a rebirth of yourself, of being able to respect yourself in a way where you know what is good and like the general what is good, what isn't good. So for her in the situation and in general, I feel like with the karmic being with the King of Wands, I feel that her actions moving forward aren't towards this person. I feel like it's going towards a different direction as if she's making her life better because that's like the ultimate goal to be happy and then do the things that you love to do and live your life and being able to prosper in your life. And there's such a thriving and jovial almost energy. I say almost because it still feels like the Six of Swords where you're kind of like treadling or kind of like moving forward. There's a lot of um sometimes there's like good days where your mind is so upbeat with it, and then occasionally the King of Wands might just pop back up. Doesn't need to be like might talk to you or the person could talk to you, but it feels that they might pop up in your mind and you're like, wow, that was, I can't believe they did that. I'm, I'm me. And not in a conceited way, but you just don't do that to people, especially when they're like, well, anybody in general, but if they're super nice to you, and it's not only niceness, they really care for you and nurture the relationship and be there for you and let you grow and still love you for that person and for the person that you're becoming. That's really unconditional. Love the present card is the strength card. And it does feel like she's getting back on her horse or getting back on her bison. And again, with the primal energy that I was getting in the beginning, it's it's instinctual on what needs to be done. I do feel like she did make solid moves, and if she doesn't have anybody in her life right now that she's interested in, I feel like there is definitely the drive to have something like that in her life. There is a lot of resilience in the strength card. I'm getting that with the fern and with the wildness and with those tall trees that have seen lifetimes, not really lifetimes within themselves, but maybe have seen lifetimes in their environment of things coming and going and living and dying and living again and just there's a breath of fresh air with it. And with the sun card, there is a confidence that you get from it. And this does feel like amazing things are yet to come because once you let go of things that aren't good in your life, that don't serve you, that don't offer any type of growth, there is something that comes in the making. And it does seem like it's pretty immediate, to be honest, in the environment card. with your, this feels like making the dreams into reality with the Two of Wands. And it does kind of have an energy of, as if you're seeing couples in maybe public and you're thinking, I'm gonna have something like that. Like the sweet moments that you have with a person and going through all the things and being able to move forward and work through them because that's what the Queen of Coins does in that type of maternal way. She's able to be the breadwinner in many different aspects of her life. At the same time, there's something mechanical about it too, as if she has almost a game plan, and you get the King of Swords. With the King of Swords, it almost feels as if nothing can really phase them at this point. You've been like screwed over in many different ways to a point where you're, you know that you'll be okay with whatever comes to you next. You're like, well, I'm not trying to put this in my life. If something does happen that could like be something, then I'll live and I'll continue to grow and transform and remember. There's remembering that I'm getting that you get from the death card. And that's what I feel like it comes out with the swords, King of Swords too. That you're kind of putting on your armor on, and because the King of Swords feels like it can be linked to like a militant type of energy. This could be another person, but this also feels like if it is another person, this person isn't playing any games. Like what you guys talk about, what you see is what is being presented. Like there isn't anything like in the background, or they're not messing with you. It feels pretty straightforward, which can be good because sometimes you're like you get mixed signals, and then it's like to a point where like people try to give you direct signals and you don't even know anymore. Like I don't know what you're saying. Like, do you like me? It it feels as if this is a really direct energy. Because in the immediate future, but out of like the reading that I've had so far, it's like pretty insane. Not insane, but it's like immediate future is the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups feels like I know what I want, I see what I want, and we're doing it. So the King of Swords could very well be a a person in your life who does offer things to you that make it worthwhile. And the Two of Cups happens pretty immediately. Again, this is the immediate future. Because in the further future, you have the feels like the dynamic duo with the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Although the Queen of Swords can be said to represent um like a divorced person, and you may be a divorced person, but it could also be like a couple that have both been burned in the past, and now they're at this point where they're they're so direct and so poignant and really have fought many wars and have dominated those wars. So this is a duo. And you have the hopes or fears. It's another court card. The court cards, the king and queen of swords, the king of wands, the queen of coins, queen of pentacles. So the hopes or fears is the king of cups. And the king of cups is a remembering card. I'm getting with the death card specifically. Could be linking to the Scorpio energy. Something that really makes you feel, and even with the moon card is like a card of death. There's a remembering, but also with the king of cups, it's not letting those emotions dictate what you're getting in the future. And I just picked up the deck and it's the Queen of Wands. So there's a lot of duos here. And with the King of Wands being the reversed karmic card, it almost feels as if now you're the karmic in here, or you're becoming the karmic, where it's like now it's me, and I'm gonna set things straight, and the energy and the power and the position that I'm in, I'm not going to make it so I'm taking advantage of other people. It's one where you're using the energy and using the position that you have in the best way that you can. There's a lot of passion and drive in this, and a confidence too, because you know what you don't want and you propelled yourself forward to get what you really want. And again, if the Queen of Swords is somebody that has had relationships, like more serious relationships that have gone the not great, it's really overcoming it because she's still there and standing. So, with the raising your standards, I'll read from the book. Card meaning, don't settle for less than your dreams. Once you make a commitment to manifest an improved situation, the universe will find a way to deliver it to you. Deep down, you know what type of life you're meant to live. By drawing this card, you're able to be reminded that you deserve and can manifest any situation you wish. The fairies ask you to stop making negative affirmations based off of scarcity thinking, such as, I can't afford this or I can never accomplish this. Instead, they ask you to raise your standards to a level that all children of God deserve. Write down a list of your heart's true desires and review this list daily in a feeling of faith and gratitude, emotions that convert your wishes into reality. Then make a spiritual commitment to expect the best of yourself. This commitment is your sales order that creates a miracle in your life. As your dreams start to come true, be sure to graciously accept good into your life. Know that you deserve life's richest rewards. We all do. Affirmation: I deserve and expect the best in life. I hold high standards for myself. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.